Hey everyone, Dan Mortimer with eXp Realty. It's a new month, and that means we get to go over the data and information for September. So this is your Henderson and Las Vegas area market update for the month of September 2024. Very interesting things going on right now in our market. Things are continuing to evolve. With interest rates going down, there seems to be still some hesitation from buyers. Still very price sensitive. Inventory has been sitting on the market a little bit longer. But let's dive into the numbers. So in total, in the month of September 2024, there were 2,277 single family homes, condos, townhomes that closed during the month. For single family homes, 1,791 sales, condos and townhomes, 486. So that's your breakdown. It's down month over month about 16%, and it's a drop off from September of 2023's numbers as well. New listings, there were 2,800 single family homes and 833 condos and townhomes that were listed during the month of September, which is down from previous months and from September as well. So less inventory coming on the market, but also fewer sales. As far as the median sales price for a single family home, the median sales price in September was $479,900. And for condos and townhomes, it was $299,500. Now, these numbers are actually up a little bit. We've continued to see prices climb very steadily. I think part of the reason that we're seeing the sale numbers being lower is because I think there are a lot of buyers that are anticipating prices dropping, which has not necessarily happened. And then we also have sellers in the market that they are kind of overpricing their homes because they're trying to get ahead of the current trend in the market, and they're just sitting. There just aren't as many buyers in the marketplace right now looking for homes, purchasing, and so sellers are having to come down from some of these high prices to accommodate. But overall, sales prices are still going up very slightly. We're still approaching record prices for single family homes, condos and townhomes. I know they're right up against kind of their record pricing right now, which is, it's very interesting to see. In total, there were 581 purchased with cash, and then the rest were purchased with financing. So still a good portion of cash buyers coming into our market. Whether that's people that sold and had enough equity that they could pay cash, or we're getting investors coming in as well, and people coming in from other markets that are buying homes with cash, and still a good portion financing as well. Of the 2,277 you're talking about, almost 1,700, about 1,600 in total that were purchased with financing. So still a good amount of financing buyers out there. The trend that we're seeing right now is I think there were a lot of people that were expecting with the rate drops that happened kind of in the late summer months and into the early fall months. I think there was an expectation that buyer activity would pick up quite a bit. But with a lot of things going on in our market currently, hesitations about the election, I think a lot of buyers are kind of sitting on the sidelines and just kind of waiting to see how some of this stuff shakes out. But what does this mean for you? Well, if you're a buyer, there's really a lot of opportunity in the market. That does not necessarily mean that if you're not in a position to buy and you can't afford the monthly payments, I don't think it necessarily makes sense to buy in this market. It doesn't make sense to buy in pretty much any market if you can't afford the payments or you're overstraining yourself to buy. But if you are looking to buy a home in the next 60 to 90 days, something that I've really been emphasizing over the last few weeks is this is a unique window of opportunity. This is the time of the year where things do typically slow down and prices are still continuing to go up. So if you're thinking about waiting until the spring or the early summer months of 2025, you may have a window of opportunity here before the end of 2024 where you could get you could get a better price for your home, you can get more of your closing costs paid for by the seller, and you're going to have less competition than if you buy during the peak season. I know I've walked a lot of new construction homes lately as well. They're offering great incentives. A lot of these communities have standing inventory. They have move-in ready homes. They also have a lot that are empty lots that you can customize and have different options for purchasing as well. But they're still offering very generous incentives. So everybody's trying to trying to stimulate that buyer activity and get movement in the market, because things have been a little bit slower compared to this time last year. But that would be my recommendation, is if you're thinking about buying, this is a good time to do it, because you can kind of see it as things are on sale. Just like you would buy, groceries that were on sale. You'd buy electronics that were on sale. I know people that will buy on DoorDash and they'll get their food delivered to them, even though they're paying a 200% markup on their food. They'll do it because they got a coupon for $5 off or 20% off or whatever it may be. So you kind of have to apply that same logic to your home purchase. If you buy when everybody else is buying, you're going to have more competition. You're probably going to have to pay more on price. And if you're getting financing, the seller may not be willing to contribute to your closing costs and other fees like they would in the current market, because things have just slowed down. Now, again, there are little pockets in the market where there's tons of demand. Homes are getting multiple offers and selling. It's part of the reason why we see the prices still continuing to go up just gradually. But there are also a lot of homes that are sitting, a lot of homes that are overpriced, sellers that are getting more and more motivated and dropping their prices into kind of that realistic price range to attract a buyer. So you have options available to you. One of the most important things that you really need is you need someone that's willing to negotiate on your behalf, whether it be with a new build community, negotiating with the builder and trying to make sure that you get all the incentives and getting the maximum benefit for moving forward with a purchase, or on a single family or on a resale home, having someone that's going to have your back, that's going to look out for things that might be cause for concern, and making sure that you get every single penny of benefit that you should on a purchase. So if you're a home seller, this is a market where if you can wait, it may make more sense to wait. If you don't need to get into your next home, or maybe it's something that's standing, it does kind of depend on the market and the demand in the neighborhood, the demand in the community, and what your competition looks like. But if you're in a position where you can wait until the spring, it may be a more attractive time to do so, because you'll have more buyer activity. That said, if you have something that you need to sell, or I know we get a lot of people that start listing in September, October, and even into early November. They're like, hey, I got to get this thing sold by December 31st. I got to get this done by the end of the year. My recommendation would be get your property listed, get it on the market as soon as possible, price it aggressively. And what I mean by that is, that doesn't mean that you have to give a ton of money away, but you have to look at what the sales are in your neighborhood, in your market, and price it a little bit either where those sales are, or maybe even just a little bit below, because you need to speed that process up as much as possible, attract as much buyer activity as possible. And if you overprice it, it's going to sit. You're going to lose your leverage over the market, and you're going to be chasing the market down over time, and you're not going to be able to accomplish your goal of getting it sold quickly. So in summary, things are continuing to kind of slow down as we go towards the end of the year. If you're thinking about buying or selling, whether it's 9 days or 90 days from now, I'd love to set up a discovery call with you, just kind of go over your situation and see what makes the most sense. You'd be surprised how many people I talk to that I say, hey, I really appreciate that you're looking to do something, but it just doesn't make sense for your situation. One of the things that I really take pride in having helped hundreds of different clients in Southern Nevada is, I'm going to be straightforward with you. I'm not going to say, hey, you want to sell, you absolutely should sell right this second, or you want to buy, you should absolutely buy right now. It really depends on the person. It really depends on your situation and kind of what your goals are. And then we can put a curated plan in place to help you achieve those goals. So hope you guys got some value from this. I'll put all my information below so that if you want to get in touch with me directly, you can. Please be sure to like and subscribe to my channel as well. That's another great way to support me, and I'll continue providing as much value and content as you guys like. And we'll see you on the next one. So take care.